Nate?
You talked about momentum a little bit on Friday.
Yeah.
Before
That conversation that you and I had?
Yeah, it was a nice one though. I liked it. What I mean, do you feel that now? Do you feel like it gave you a little bit of
We have a little bit of mo going. Really spirited practice today. Clean slate, 0-0. I think that, and I think the team's upset for DJ. So I think that inspired us to have a really competitive, high-spirited, intense workout, which is exciting, and hopefully that'll transfer to tomorrow's game at 3:30.
I'm gonna set you up. You haven't been shy about speaking your mind about things.
This year, I've been shy for 3 years. This year, I have not been.
What do you think?
I've earned my stripes, I think.
Absence from the first.
I'm disappointed for him and for our team because you take him off this team. I think that's what it's really about. You take him off this team, and who knows where we'd be. It wouldn't be pretty, I know that. He does everything for us. He's the top person on everybody's scout. Everybody schemes for him, and he still was the leading scorer in the Big Ten. And then last year, what was he, top 2? So to do that back-to-back years, pretty amazing. And it's unfortunate that Penn State and DJ didn't get the respect that he deserves. And again, I'll take some heat here because we needed to win more games, I think. But Tim got it when we won 4 games. So I'm not quite sure. I think Frank Kaminsky said it last night, toughest guy to play against is DJ Newbill. There's a Player of the Year candidate across the country, not just the Big Ten. So I think he knows. But sometimes we listen to the pundits and the reporters and social media, and that sways our decision. So I'm disappointed for DJ because I think he worked hard enough to earn it. And his efficiency and consistency through the last 2 years have been amazing.
Were you surprised? I mean, the media, we get things wrong all the time, but the coaches, as much effort as they put into stopping him, did that surprise you maybe more than the media part of it?
It did surprise me. Obviously, look, there's a lot of terrific players in this league. It's very difficult to pick 5 guys, But I was disappointed a little bit. I thought for sure he'd make first team. And then when I saw it, obviously, that's their prerogative and that's what they chose. So we'll have to go out this week and prove them wrong.
Do you get the sense that he's motivated by it? Because he'll come in here and say he doesn't care, but you know better than we do.
That's the way he is, though. Deep down inside, I'm sure he does care. But you know what? He's going to go and compete like he just did in practice today, and he'll go work hard tomorrow. Leave it all out there like he always does.
You're not big on looking too far ahead when it comes to the schedule and what have you. But your draw is favorable compared to how you performed against those teams in the regular season. So what is the how do you approach the Big Ten tournament when you say, everyone's 0-0, you've got to go and try and win these games one at a time? What's the mindset at that point?
Just like I'm going to say, it's one game at a time, one day at a time. I can't look past Nebraska. Tim does a great job. They have a great team. They have 3 really special, talented guys that could go for 20 at any point. I'm just focused on us today and then Nebraska tomorrow, and I'll worry about that when it comes. I don't even know who we're playing after that, but I know it's Nebraska tomorrow.
This is a new format. You've seen it in the Big East, similar.
Yeah.
What do you think of this format, especially for teams that could conceivably have to play as many games as...
I think it's fair. You got to reward the top dogs who got it done all year on their home court and on the road. I mean, this league is brutal. We didn't get it done, so we have to play Wednesday, and hopefully that'll change in years to come. But I think you gotta reward those guys who got it done all year long.
Going back to Sunday briefly, this whole season, DJ had opportunities at the end of games that for whatever reason didn't work out. To see that actually happen for him, not only for the team, but just for him to see that type of a shot in that situation, what did that kind of mean?
So many emotions for me on the last game, last day of the season, on the road at Minnesota, which we've been blown out there 2 straight years on senior day, and to see him make that shot, I was emotional because I knew he's put a lot of pressure on himself. and the way the team competed and played, and he put us all on his back to finish out the season. Where come on, these guys could have mailed it in easily, but I haven't seen that. These kids compete, they play hard, they want to be good, and then for him to get 14, I think, out of the last 16, it's just amazing. And then for him to make that shot I was hoping there would be no time on the clock, and there wasn't, so that was great. But I felt like the weight of the world was off his shoulders, and I think that's why I was emotional. Not because we won, it was more for him and our team, because they've earned the right for success, and for whatever reason, it just hasn't come our way this year.
What was that moment like after the game, the way his teammates reacted to him, and kind of, as you kind of said, how they're kind of rallying around him?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had that type of reaction, right? Probably Cornell. So it was a long time coming, and we were so close in so many different games. Like we wanted that explosion, we wanted that game winner. We were ready to jump all over him and support him and love him up. So I'm glad it finally happened. And again, I'm happy for these guys because they stayed on point, stayed on task, and they're trying to complete the mission.
When you are trying to recruit multiple classes ahead, how do you bridge the gap between this is where we are right now and this is the trust you have to put into us that you're going to be a part of getting us somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Exactly what you just said. That's what I'm saying. You got to believe in the vision. You got to believe in where we're headed, the direction we're headed in. I think if you watched us on Sunday, you see Gino Thorpe playing really good basketball over the last few weeks. You see Shep Garner, who had 0 turnovers in 36 minutes, really productive. Julian got 11, but he's going to continue to get more minutes. I really like his motor, and he's athletic, and he can really run the floor, so do some different things for us. I think Jordan's coming along. Jordan's playing really, really good basketball over the last month and a half here. So I think the future, again, is bright, and if you see those younger pieces and how much they're going to be, where they'll be, a year from now, well, that's what you got to look at. And hopefully our 2015s know that, they see it, they'll be here, so that's a great class. And the class after that has to believe in it and believe that we can get better.
And obviously there's a lot of variables that can change between now and when the 2016 class signs, but are you recruiting to fill all 5 spots, or are you thinking about filling 3 and saving 2 for in between now and then?
Yeah, I have one right now. I'm always, just because the landscape of college basketball today is so unique. I mean, some guys wait for the end of the year so they can pick up a 5th-year transfer, or they just a decommit if somebody, gets fired, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like, that's how some programs are recruiting this day and age. And that stinks. It does. It stinks. But, we got to be prepared for it. And we will be. I mean, we might pick up another one in 2015. We don't know. We're working hard on it, though. But, we got to see what's the best fit for us at this time, because I feel like our culture and our locker room is in really, really good position.
You mentioned Gino Thorpe a couple minutes ago. How pleased are with the way he's progressed from November till now, and what you've seen from him?
Oh, great point. And I said that to him 2 weeks ago. I was watching tape of an earlier game, and that Gino Thorpe compared to this Gino, just night and day. He's shooting the basketball really well. You can't say that he's just a driver anymore, because he's shooting at a very good clip, close to 40% from 3. He's shooting close to 90% from the free throw line. His assist to turnover ratio is 50-50, I think, right around there, which is okay. That needs to get better. Yeah, that needs to get better. But for the most part, he's scoring in a lot of different ways for us. And then he's guarding the best player on the other team every game. So, he's only a sophomore. So the sky's the limit for him. I just said that to him today. I said, your goal next year is to be on an all-conference team. That's what it should be. You have the talent if you want to be that good. And he knows it. He said, I want to be that good. And here's the other thing. He's been in on his own getting extra shots. And it's very noticeable, because his percentages are skyrocketing. His scoring averages over the last 5 or 6 games got to be double figures or close to it. So he's got to put the work in the spring and the summer and the fall. And we should really Gino Thorpe should just continue to skyrocket.
And why do you think it's kind of clicking for him right now? I mean, many different reasons with all these guys, but why do you think?
For him, I think he has an understanding now of like, yeah, I got to watch film, I got to get in, I got to know the scout. If I do these little things, I'm going to earn the right. I'll see success. I'll play better. He's playing better basketball. The only thing for me is he's got to stay out of foul trouble. Ohio State, he gets in foul trouble. He scores the first few, couple baskets for us against Ohio State. He gets in foul trouble. Jordan gets in foul trouble, gets hit in the eye, and then next thing you know, they're going on a run. So, he's got to play hard without fouling.
Is there a challenge with him? His chip is almost hilariously large.
You mean when he walked into the huddle?
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, how do you balance that?
He won't do that again.
We want these guys to have some edge.
You know what? I think Penn State basketball needs an edge. I think we need some chippiness, and I think you guys have watched it for a long time, and I think you would agree with me. We need it. We need some toughness. We need that feistiness. And I think that helps you win games, especially at the end when you're always going to be in a one-possession game when things got to go your way.
Do things like that, does that come up in a film session? Do you just look at him and go like,
yeah, we'll talk about it.
good Lord, Gino.
I don't say good job. We got to control that a little bit, but we need it.
How valuable would not a one and done situation be for you for this tournament?
You know what? I don't want to put that type of pressure on these kids. It would be great if we found another victory here. But the way they've competed in the month of February and March, and a lot of guys got better, that's what you just try to be the best team you can be by the end of the year. I know we're all disappointed, but we are 16 and 15. We did win 16 games last year, so all right, we attained that. Not the way I wanted to, not as late as I wanted to. We didn't get our 16th win to the CBI. So 16, what was it? It's first time since 2001.
2001, back-to-back seasons.
So not the way I wanted to do it, but we got there. It was very difficult, but we got there. It would be great for the kids. I think they deserve it, but got to be the best team we can be, and if they compete, I'll be proud of them.
What sort of challenges does Nebraska give you, given everything that team's kind of been through?
Yeah.
You've been on the other side of that.
I saw that stat. I don't know if you guys saw it. The toughest strength of schedule over the last month and a half here. They're number one in our league. We're number two. So and watching them on Sunday night, you're like, it's like a mirror image. They missed some free throws down the stretch. If they made their free throws, they win on the final day as well. And we're all just, it's so close. It can go either way. Maryland makes their free throws. That's why they won 7 in a row. If Nebraska made some more free throws, maybe they wouldn't be in the situation, or maybe we wouldn't be in the situation we were in. That's how it's such a fine line in the game of basketball, especially in the Big Ten. But they're very well coached. They're very they defend. They do a great job defending us. You remember that first half here? I mean, we took basketball back a few years, but they really load up the paint and make it really difficult. And they're really good in ball screen defense. And offensively, if Petaway gets it going, and Shields and Pitchford and the other guys chip in, it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game regardless of scoring or not scoring.
Taylor led to Tim, and Tim led to DJ, and it seems like DJ, there's not the who is that guy yet, but maybe it's Shep and Gino together plus the guys you've got coming in. Is that better than having an answer to the who's the guy that's going to carry?
Yeah, I don't want the guy. I think for us to be really successful and to make a jump to the top 4 or top half of this league, I think it's got to be 4 or 5 guys. I think it's got to be 6 or 7 guys. I think, you look at the great teams in this league, they got 4 guys in double figures and another guy who's at 9 and another guy who's at 8. I think that should be our mantra heading into the offseason, looking forward. If we have more guys, just share the ball a little bit more, not rely on just one guy getting you 31 or, 30. It would make us a more difficult team to guard. And I look forward to that as a coach, to be able to put that together this offseason and tweak some things and play a little bit differently next year.
You haven't had a half like that first half offensively in a little while. Is it nice to have that kind of a offensive performance to?
Yeah, again, look, you lose to Ohio State, you're angry, you're mad, senior night, we're all disappointed. And as a staff and a head coach, how do you rally them now? I thought Ross Travis really stepped up with some great ideas to do some things in the locker room. We looped all our wins. We got creative, innovative with his help, which was very cool. And then they came back to work and got shots up. And we had a couple really good practices. And then we go there and shoot, and we made a ton of shots at shoot around. That was the first time we've done that in the 3 years that we finished at the barn. The 2 years prior, we didn't make any shots in shoot around. So you're like, whoa, that's not good, because now you got a packed house. So you're not making shots when nobody's here. What's going to happen when it's a packed house? So I felt really confident going into the game. These guys were loose. They were confident. They were ready to play. We had that, nothing to lose attitude, and they went out and took it. It was great to see. See you in Chicago, anybody? Or no? All right.